why are you muddying yourself in politics? Now that we started this podcast, we're getting a lot of criticism from our Christian crowd saying, this is not what I expected to see from you guys.
I like to talk to the people that tell you that don't want you talking politics. Unfortunately, politics is in everything now. You can't watch a football game. You got to worry about your kids in school. It's in every facet of life. So if you don't like it, what are you going to do about it? So you're just going to sit back and eat it, or you're going to get up and finally put a stop to it. If you're getting upset about certain things, then get upset about it and go and vote and try to make a change, because if you don't, you're going to get steamrolled and your country's not going to be recognizable.
Hey there, guys. Big welcome. Thank you so much for being here, watching and listening to New World Old Soul once again. Here with my lovely wife, Melissa. How are you feeling today, Mama?
I'm doing just fine.
That's
How are you
great,
feeling?
because you know what? I'm sick again.
He's not sick. It's allergies. Jeremy, nobody gets sick that much. All the kids are like having little snuffies from allergies. Everyone's in agreement that it's allergies. No one is catching it. You got the allergies.
I apologize, because you guys have had to listen to me now 2 of the last 3 weeks sounding absolutely horrible. I'm going to do my best. I already promised Melissa no sniffling, no sneezing.
That's how he woke me up this morning.
No coughing.
He was like, let's spoon.
Can't have you doing it too. Come on.
That's what I woke up to in my ear this morning.
All right. On this episode of the podcast, Melissa and I are going to be discussing our anniversary dinner, because something amazing happened involving a couple of anonymous subscribers. We are going to keep them anonymous, but we wanted to reach out just to thank them. First of all, we will jump into that story. Also, we're going to bring our 2 oldest children in here, Novea and Kaimani, to discuss some generational differences, because they have been using some slang, some lingo.
Especially the younger ones. Like, I'm not going to have Eli and Kira come in and explain theirs, because what are they, Gen A, our younger two? They're a different generation, apparently, from our older two. But some of the words that are being used now by the younger generation is like, I have no idea. So maybe it will help parents and grandparents out there to better understand what it is that the younger generations are actually saying.
So we're going to have some fun with them on that. They have compiled a long list of slang terminology that Melissa and I
to embarrass us with.
Pretty much completely oblivious to. They're going to test us to see what it is that we do know. But it's like they might as well be speaking Mandarin.
It's so weird.
And then in our last segment here today, we earlier this week did an interview with Scott Baio. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, if you're a fan of Happy Days, Chachi. We had Chachi on, as well as David A.R. White, to discuss their upcoming movie coming out on September 12th called God's Not Dead, In God We Trust. We had an early screening of that movie. Absolutely loved it. Want to urge and encourage you guys to check it out for yourselves if that's something that you think you might be interested in. Yeah. So we had a great conversation with them, and we're going to close out the podcast episode with that.
Yep.
All right. So our anniversary dinner.
Yeah, it was great. We decided to try a new steak restaurant that we had never tried before, never been in there. And as soon as we walked in, they sat us at this table kind of in the center of the restaurant. And as we were walking in, this couple started waving at us.
The table right next to us.
Yeah, started waving at us, and we were like, hey. And then they were like, oh, we watch you guys. And we had like maybe a 5-minute conversation with them. They were so sweet. They're just in town visiting. So it was just by happenstance that we happened to be seated right next to a couple. First time in a restaurant. They're visiting, probably their first time in that restaurant, and we happened to run into each other.
Yeah, it was such a bizarre circumstance. He explained that he is a retired police chief from down in southern Idaho. So obviously we have that law enforcement background, the both of us do. And we had a great little chat. We snapped some photographs, and then we said, hey, we don't want to bug you guys or keep you from enjoying your meal. This is a night out for you guys. Obviously, it's a night out for us. You mentioned very briefly that, yeah, this is our anniversary. We don't do this very often. So it was a big deal for us.
Yeah. So, yeah, we sat down. We had a great dinner. And it was our anniversary, so we ordered like appetizers and drinks and like stuff we normally wouldn't order.
Special occasion.
Yeah, special occasion. And then we had we ordered filet mignon. Like it was like, again, something we normally wouldn't order, but it was like we were going out. We only do this once a year. And then when it came time to pay, the waitress was like, so this is normally when I'd bring you the bill, but that lovely couple over there paid for your meal.
So they wrapped up their meal. They got there before we did. They were done, finished. They very quickly just walked off. Hey, it was nice to meet you. Didn't say anything. Made absolutely zero mention of the fact that they had actually covered our entire bill, which I don't think that's ever happened to me. It's happened at like Subway back when I was a police officer, but never have I had somebody cover what was a pretty pricey dinner because again, this is
then
a special
I was like,
occurrence.
oh, we shouldn't have ordered appetizers.
Then we felt a little guilty, but it was just such a nice gesture. These folks were so nice, and I really hope that they're watching this episode. Thank you so much, genuinely. Thank you.
Because you were gone, and then we were like, oh, they're gone. Like, we can't even thank them. Jeremy was so moved. He was moved to tears in the restaurant.
The crying again. I'm an emotional wreck.
I was like, don't start crying in the restaurant. And
No,
like,
it's just such a nice, selfless. It was just so selfless and completely unnecessary. And then we came off a week last week where there was a lot going on. If you watched last week's episode, you're aware of that. And to have such a positive experience with people who were so complimentary of us, for them to do something like that was just, it was amazing. So thank you so much to those folks out there.
Yeah,
I want to keep you
totally made our
anonymous
week.
because clearly they wanted to just do something nice and leave,
and here we are talking about it.
yeah, we wanted to share it because it was just such an amazing thing. And it's such a great reminder of the fact that there are so many good people out there in the world. There really are. It's so easy to forget that because we spend so much time focusing on the negativity, at least you and I do.
Well, I think, I
times.
think it's so easy to focus on the negative, and you can get 100 nice comments and then you can get one negative comment and you're going to focus on that negative. And I think that's just human nature.
Yeah, just coming off of last week, like I said, it was so impactful. And these people were just so kind and nice, and so appreciate the gesture. But more than that, I just really appreciate the reminder of the fact that there are just so many good people out there. You know, we deal with this every year. We do our pediatric cancer toy drive and fundraiser, and that always serves as a month-long reminder of the fact that there are just amazing people out there in our world, and we have built a great, fantastic community full of very generous, very giving folks, and we so appreciate really all of you out there. But this was just such an amazing experience to have that happen to us.
Yeah, it was really neat. Yeah, so we had a great anniversary. We appreciate all the happy anniversaries that meant so much to us. So on that note, let's get the teenagers in here and get this party started.
Get them in
ready.
here.
I'm ready to show them.
I can't wait to hear
how hip we are.
How cool we are, mom and dad. Woo!
Yeah.
Hello, children.
Hello.
Hi. Nevaeh and Kaimani, welcome back in. Did you bring your list of crazy slang terms with you?
All right,
we're gonna on my phone.
We're gonna see. So, does this mean that we're smart or that we're dumb if we know any of these?
It means you're cultured.
Does it?
I feel like your definition of cultured might differ from ours.
I don't know if knowing the definition for skippity makes you cultured. I don't know if that's what that means.
Let's go over the concept of brain rot, because you said you wanted
Brain
to determine whether or not mom and I had brain rot.
Okay, brain rot it's the slang term for slang, but only a specific kind of slang. It's a categorization.
So you're dumb if you know it?
Slang. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. There's Gen Z, which is me and Kamani, and Gen A, which would be like Kira and Eli.
Gen A is off the rails.
That's, their slang is brain
off
rot.
the rails. Look at us using trendy slang.
Millennials.
So all the stuff they say, the stuff that I can't even understand anymore, makes me feel old. That's
So
called
let's
brain rot.
apologize to everybody ahead of time, because we are all about to collectively experience a little bit of brain rot together, right?
This is gonna be interesting.
All right.
So Gen Z slang terminology, word number 1.
So if you've got teenagers or grandchildren that are teenagers, apparently
this
this
might
is
help.
their language. Here we go.
Okay, number 1. Which one should we go with? I'm gonna go with aura.
Aura?
How about that?
That's
I
a
feel like that'd be a
first
hard one.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Aura? Okay. Dude fell down in the middle of school. Negative 1,000 aura points.
Aura is like, your aura is yellow. You are happy. Your aura.
Like the vibe that surrounds you,
vibe.
right?
Yeah, but it's like your coolness
Boom.
points. So if
What?
someone does something embarrassing, or if someone's doing something cringy, you'll be like negative 1,000,000 aura, which just means like you just like
Negative
you
1
lost
million.
coolness points.
So
You know what we used to call that?
What?
Nerd. Easy.
Well, if you do something cool, then it's like, oh, plus 100 aura. It's just like everyone has like a scoreboard that's not.
So it's like a video game.
Aura
Pretty
was
much.
more like when we were growing up. Aura was more like the vibe you were putting out, like a happy aura or like.
It's like what surrounds you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a coolness ranking.
Okay,
everyone
that's not
has.
that crazy.
Okay.
It really hasn't changed.
All right.
Okay, what's another? Let's see. You know what I like?
Aura.
How about Roman Empire?
What?
Oh, the Roman Empire was
This is a perfect place to talk to you about Hillsdale. Hillsdale College.
We want to take a quick moment to thank Hillsdale for sponsoring today's episode. So we are just getting started with our new homeschool year, which is always exciting because after 13 years of homeschooling, we have really figured out what works and what doesn't work for our family. And we have been so blessed to have the freedom to actually teach our children about history, economics, and the great works of literature, and really dive into different subjects together as a family. But here's the thing, you don't actually have to be a homeschool family or a student to learn something new and inspiring, because Hillsdale College is offering more than 40 free online courses in the most important and enduring subjects. You can learn about the works of one of my favorite authors, C.S. Lewis, stories from the book of Genesis, the meaning of the U.S. Constitution, plus so much more. And Hillsdale online courses are 100% free and self-paced, so you can start them wherever and whenever is convenient for you. We are starting off our school year with American heritage from colonial settlement to the current day. I highly recommend you check this one out because in this 10-lecture course, you will examine how America's founders had a unique opportunity to start government anew based on principles of equality and consent, and how the major challenges of the founders centered around these principles. It truly is such a fascinating and in-depth study into our nation's history, and we have found all of their courses to be so engaging and very well done. I seriously could not believe that this was a free resource when I first discovered them. To check out Hillsdale online courses for yourself, just go to hillsdale.edu/NWOS. That is hillsdale.edu/NWOS. We're learning all about the Roman
Empire.
Roman
Should we
Roman
use all of
Empire.
these in sentences?
Did it fall apart? Is it like when something is like a mess?
No. Someone will say, my Roman Empire is this.
Oh.
What?
You like your strength, your power?
No.
It has nothing to do with
Your
like,
disaster?
history.
It has nothing to do with the Roman Empire.
Of course not. Why should it be educational in any way?
Is it like when we would say like my Everest is, and it's like the biggest challenge?
No.
Okay, no. I don't know what it is.
It has nothing to do with the Roman Empire.
It's literally just something that you think
Why?
about a lot.
What?
So if someone said like my Roman Empire is guitar, it just means they think about guitar a lot.
How does that
There was
tie in?
There
I
was
don't
a
understand.
meme where women were saying that men thought about the Roman Empire multiple times a day, and it was just like something that men thought about all the time. So
don't
now
think
people
that's
say
true.
my Roman Empire is, and then they just say something they were thinking about.
Do you think about the Roman Empire, Kaimani?
No,
Use it in a
not
sentence.
particularly.
My Roman Empire is this funny video. Just something they think about.
You know what I've
I
been
hate
thinking
that.
about a lot? See how easy that is? We don't need terms for this. We don't need slang to cover these bases.
I'm gonna use it.
We could use how about some brain rot though? Like really, really brain rot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go. I'm gonna let you. You're
Okay.
closer than I
I
am.
got it.
Skippity.
Doodah?
Bippity-doo-dah.
I don't know how to
Peanut butter.
describe that.
So
Skippity.
it's just a YouTube channel that makes random.
Is this the toilet guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Skibbity toilet. Yeah.
Skippity toilet. It's a fictional character. It's like a show kids watch, but they turn
It
the word
angers me.
skippity into a word they use in like every sentence, and no one knows what it really means. Ask
Do
Kira
they
and
know
Eli.
what it means?
I don't know.
So it's like a filler word?
Yeah, I don't know what it means. Ask Kira and Eli. They'll just be like, that is
It's
skippity
just
Riz.
like a TV show that's on YouTube.
I don't know.
Okay, moving on. I hate that
Yeah,
one.
that's horrible.
Okay.
Eradicate that.
Simp.
Simp. Yeah, I know what a simp is.
Yeah. It's like a guy that like we used to say that someone was really sprung in our generation. Like, oh, that guy's so sprung on her. Like he'd do anything for her.
Yeah.
He ditches his friends. He does stupid stuff. Like
Okay.
if you're a simp,
Like
you're
mom.
like,
Mom's a simp for me.
yeah.
Right? Huh?
Yeah.
No?
Guys
No
are
cool
simps.
points?
Wait, hold on. What is that? You just went down 10 million aura.
Roman Empire. Skippity.
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 Are we,
Okay. How about Mog?
What?
Mog. M-O-G.
That sounds like a
use it in a
fictitious.
sentence.
That sounds like a character like
You
live
use it in a
swamp or
Okay,
sentence.
I'll
something.
use it in a sentence. Bro, I totally mogged you.
Like dissed you.
Mogged?
No.
Mogged.
Mog or Mog?
Mogged.
I have no idea.
I beat you at chess.
No.
Okay,
Mog is like showing someone up in a physical aspect, right?
Yeah, with
Like
like
you're more attractive than them.
being significantly more attractive. than
wait.
someone.
So you should never say, "Dude, I totally mogged you," because I would think you a troll. As we
Yeah.
would say in our DNA.
That's saying so it's saying you're superior
Yeah.
on a very like superficial basis.
unattractive.
First of all, let's clarify real quick here. You, as our children, are not speaking this way out in public.
No.
Correct? Especially with people
Money.
our age and older.
You might. Not me.
I don't know.
How about with your peers?
No.
Yeah, don't sound like a dum-dum.
Okay.
Please.
My friends don't use brain rot either.
It's a poor reflection upon your mother and I.
Let's see.
There's a
What-
couple things in here I say that.
All right. What have we got?
Okay, we have L plus ratio.
No. No. Not necessary.
L plus ratio?
Yeah.
Is it like calculus related or something?
No.
That's
It's
math.
it's only used on social media.
Okay, in a sentence. Go ahead.
But that's
You
the whole
can't-
thing.
You can't use it.
That's the whole sentence.
That's
It's a
the sentence.
statement.
What does it mean?
You
Yeah, I'm
just-
clueless on this one.
a
You just
statement.
Googled it, so I'll let you do it because I don't really know.
L plus ratio. If you go to a comment section of a cringy video or something, the whole comment section will say L plus ratio. Ratio is slang for when something has a bunch of hate online. L is just loser. So people will comment L plus ratio just to mean that your video is stupid, apparently.
Why didn't you
That's
just write this is stupid?
You'll put it on
You
a
put
video
L
that
plus
has like a
ratio.
bad take.
Yeah.
This is a bad idea.
I know. Okay, wow.
This is making me very angry.
Riz. You guys know
I know,
Riz, right?
Riz,
Yeah.
Charisma. It's short
Riz-
for charisma.
Is
You
it
got game.
short for charisma?
It,
Is that
Yeah.
it technically is what's not you use it.
Riz.
It's for like hitting on somebody.
You have game. Yeah.
You have Riz when it comes to like
Yeah.
talking to women.
If you have W Riz, you've got mad
Winner
game.
Riz.
You're
Wait,
really
why
good at talking to
W
girls.
Riz?
Says
Cause duh,
win.
Melissa.
W Riz.
But if you have L Riz,
that means you suck at talking to women.
oh, that's a real thing.
yeah.
This is the most unintelligent conversation. Hopefully that'll ever happen on this podcast.
Glazing.
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 I feel like that could be bad.
I know.
It's
I
not
just
bad.
think of donuts.
You would
I know.
glazing.
Glazing is like
Like you really
Putting
think,
No, no, no,
Makeup
no.
on.
Sentence. Go.
dude, stop glazing her.
yeah.
So
Staring at
yeah.
it. Oh, because you're gazing,
No.
and it rhymes with glazing.
What? What is it? Okay, go ahead.
It's like sucking up to someone. You're just love bombing them with all these compliments. Like you're this and you're this and you're this.
So
and
you're
this.
sugarcoating
You're
them.
glazing them. Yeah.
I get it.
Stupid.
Glazing. I kind of like
so
that one.
dumb.
She likes that one.
I'm sorry.
You like
Your
glazing?
generation. No.
Basic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basic basically means basic.
you're mid.
You're.
That's
No.
another
Look at
one.
that. Look at that.
You're basic means you're simple.
You wear
There's not much
khakis.
to you. It's an insult.
It means you're like super mainstream. You're not like original.
Yeah. You're basic.
So all
Your
the
hair
girls
is
with the
cut to
same
your
haircut and
shoulders
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the actual definition of the word.
Pretty much.
Basically.
For the first time.
Phantom tax. That's
That's gonna go right.
that
up
is
here.
S tier brain rot right there. Phantom
S
tax.
tier.
S tier brain rot.
S tier, Melissa.
I've phantom tax. I feel like that's what happens when you try to order anything on an iPad.
What?
The tax. The tax.
No.
Phantom, not phantom.
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 Phantom?
tax?
Phantom tax.
Not phantom.
No.
F-A-N-U-M.
Oh
I have no idea.
no.
It means stealing someone's food.
What?
What?
Why is a term like why is a slang necessary for
oh,
this?
he ganked my food.
That's
Remember
true.
ganked?
That means stole.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Phantom
applicable.
tax is specifically food.
Yeah, that gank wasn't food only.
Phantom
It was
tax,
anything. If you stole something, you ganked it.
There's a whole history to phantom
Phantom
tax.
tax came from the biggest Twitch streamer. He lives in a house with all these other people, and one of the friends is named Phantom. And every stream, he'll just go and take food. So
Oh,
it just
so-
became a thing.
So, like when you say dad tax, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
say taxation.
Like when
But
you
people-
tax
like,
our Halloween
after-
candy. it's
Yeah.
Phantom tax.
Yeah, like after we go trick or treating, there's a dad tax, there's a mom tax. It usually involves
for
Snickers.
taxation, yeah.
How about ate and eating?
Wait,
What?
what?
Not actual food. Like that ate.
Huh?
That outfit ate and left no crumbs.
It means that it really impressed.
This outfit is eating.
It means that people really like it.
It means it's positive. It's good.
Yeah. They'll just be like 8, or they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That outfit.
If you look good. Yeah. But it has
It's
to
just
do
a compliment.
it has to do specifically with
Is
how
it
you
the
look.
number 8
Yeah.
or you ate like
8. Like,
A-T-E.
people say
then
8
why are we counting
to
to
compliment someone. Their outfit looks good. I'd be like, Mom, that shirt ate and left no crumbs.
Again, I want to
You've
apologize.
never said that to me.
I want to apologize to all the people watching this
no.
and especially listening to this right now for the brain rot.
Hey, but everyone out there, if your kid or your grandkid tells
Smack 'em.
you that your outfit's
Smack 'em.
8 and left no crumbs, it means that you're dressed nicely.
This is crazy. We don't need words for this.
Why can't you just say you look nice,
Yeah.
mom?
How about this one though? Glizzy. What's a glizzy?
An idiot, like a dumb girl. That sounds like glizzy.
I don't know if that's brain rot slang.
No, but that's more ours. Glizzy.
It's literally just
It's a hot dog.
What?
What?
It's a hot dog.
Just say hot dog.
It's a hot dog wiener specifically. We call them glizzies.
Just
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a sausage.
say wiener. Just say wiener.
Or hot dog.
Well, then people start taking the word glizzy and
Of
applying it to
course,
other
of
things.
course they did.
Glizzy.
Yes.
Glizzy.
Highly
It's a hot dog,
inappropriate.
basically.
Hot dog.
That's it.
We're all learning so much today.
Delulu.
Oh, that means
Delusional.
You're
I
love-
delusional.
It's cutesy delusional.
No. Yeah, like oh bless her heart, she's Delulu. It means you're crazy.
Well, they use it about themselves. I'm like, I'm Delulu.
She's a 10, but she's Delulu.
Yeah. How about zesty?
Delicious. Yeah. Like flavor.
Yeah, zesty means like a lemon lime.
No.
With like maybe a
with zest.
garlic.
Zesty.
In a sentence. Go ahead.
He's zesty.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Tasty.
like sexy.
Yum yum.
Spicy.
Delicious.
Not exactly.
I don't
Zesty
know.
is the equivalent of fruity. Little fruity.
So just say fruity.
Zesty.
What
So
that's always
effeminate.
been fruity.
Yeah.
Why would you say
Zesty.
zesty?
I don't know.
Effeminate.
It's not fruity anymore. It's zesty.
Again, there's already a
Zesty
word.
sounds like a Latin man. Like he's zesty,
So
like
effeminate?
salsa.
Ricky Martin. Zesty.
Zesty.
Okay.
Beige flag.
Plain.
No.
I wave my beige flag.
People will be like, my boyfriend's beige flag is this.
Things
It's
he
a-
really likes.
It's like not a green flag, but it's not a red flag. It's a
So
beige.
it's
What the hell is a red and green flag?
red flag is like
Yeah,
alarming.
red flag, right.
Green flag is like, okay, like I could tell this is he's a good guy because of these
So
green
just like a
flags.
neutral person.
No, it's like a really weird thing they do where you're like, I can't tell if that's bad, but it's not good. It's just weird. It's a beige flag.
So if I see like
You see.
like somebody who
Say he
Like
likes to collect teacups. Like you're just like, oh,
Red flag.
I don't know.
That's a red flag.
I
in
mean,
the red flag category, like possible serial killer.
beige flag. Cooked.
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 We really like to apply food sounding words to things,
You guys
don't
are
we?
hungry, huh?
Ate, cooked.
Cooked it would be like done.
Yeah, like
That's pretty accurate.
yeah. You could be like, oh, bro is cooked, which just means like he like failed and he's out or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Just like
So like if
kinda
I'm
like-
somewhere and I'm like I'm cooked, I want to go home.
no.
Oh, no.
It means like you're
It's not, like,
screwed,
tired.
basically. Like, oh, I'm cooked.
Yeah, you're cooked. Okay.
Yeah.
That one semi makes sense, I guess.
Glow up.
Oh
To get pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, but it means they had their glow up, like blossoming.
Yeah.
Like we would say like, oh, she really blossomed after high school,
Yeah.
and then you guys would
You
say
became
like they had a
pretty.
glow up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. We got that one. That was pretty easy.
I got that. That's my point. Circle gets the square.
Okay,
Let's
it should
see.
be
Let's see.
square.
Mewing.
Point.
Mewing.
Mewing.
Oh, I know that.
Kittens.
No, it's the stupid thing that guys are doing where they don't open their mouth
Oh, no,
and
it's
they
the
try to
face thing,
build
right?
their
Yeah.
jaw up, so they're like,
So,
Do
okay.
it. Come on, I can do this. Go.
I can like
Face the camera.
No,
Face
do
the camera.
No, it's the Chad face you're thinking of.
No.
yeah,
It's the jawline thing.
they do
This
it
is
to
mewing.
try to
You're not
build
doing
their.
anything.
He is. This is mewing. He can't open his
I
mouth.
sucked that in. This little like piece of thing that hangs here. You
Okay.
suck it up.
Why?
No.
This goes into multiple.
I kind
There's-
of just want to like.
what
chop you
Dad's
in the
thinking
throat
of
for doing
is the
that.
Chad face. Do the Chad face. There you go. That's the Chad face.
So stupid.
You have to
Everyone-
explain the Chad face to people. It's an expression, right?
Okay, it just means you're really
Like
macho. The bigger your jawline is in this generation, the more masculine you are. It's a thing. So
This is why
guys,
guys are getting jaw implants.
Yes.
It looks ridiculous.
that's exactly why.
Yeah, guys are getting jaw implants.
Guys want the biggest
What?
jawline possible
Yeah.
because it means you're a Chad, an alpha male, a sigma as we call it.
Jay Leno would have murdered
I know.
this generation.
And so kids are doing what's called mewing, which is where you suck your tongue up and it makes your jawline look good. And literally kids are getting in trouble at school because they won't speak when they're called on and stuff because they're mewing, and it's called a mewing streak and they won't break it.
So
Yeah.
the expectation is that you just walk around sucking your tongue
Yes.
up to like the roof of your
And
mouth.
it builds your jaw and
you
stuff.
know how to
like,
do it.
Am I doing it?
I don't think so.
You can't see it's the beard.
Nah.
Mewing. It's a thing. So it's a mewing streak. People are like, I have a mewing streak of 14 days. I
So
haven't spoke.
what are teachers doing when kids are refusing to answer questions in
I have
class
no
because
idea.
of a mewing streak?
Smack them.
Can't break the mewing streak.
I feel like teachers should be allowed in that situation to take a ruler and just be like, whop.
There's even a sign to tell someone like, oh, I'm not going to answer what you just said because I'm mewing.
What is it?
They go,
Can you imagine back when you were teaching? Can you imagine if a student looked at you?
This is why I can't teach anymore. I would get fired. I would get arrested.
that's what they do. And then everyone's like, oh, okay.
They'd be like, teacher smacks 18 students today for mewing. Remember that video of the smack? That would be me, just like walking through the school.
You got baby powder. You
How
just
about-
carry it around. With you.
Extra just whop out. Knock it off.
Sleeper.
Like
Like a sleeper cell.
car. Like a car that doesn't look like it'd be really fast.
Yeah.
But it is.
But,
Yeah,
it's
I know
like,
that.
but as a
Disguised.
person,
As a person.
So they're unassuming.
right. Unassuming.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So like
I feel
We got
like
that one.
a
I
got that
sleeper
one.
would be
a
somebody.
sleeper build is like someone who looks skinny in clothes, but when they take it off, they're like really
Like that
muscular.
guy that does all the workout videos where he goes around deadlifting like other people's 405 pounds and just walks up and does
Yeah,
it.
that like the
Yeah,
guy that's like,
sleeper.
can I clean here? The janitor guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right. How about
You know what this tells me is that your generation just has far too much time on its hands.
Well, we had a lot of slang too. It was
No.
just different. We said
But
things like
I feel like you could have made sense of it back in our day if you didn't know any better.
sprung,
sprung?
ganked.
Those are
makes
the
no
exact
sense.
same things, basically.
You had like more time than we did.
They're not the same. Sprung meant you had like a massive crush on someone.
What? Yes, you did.
Next one, hit
about-
us with it.
Bop.
Bop?
A bop.
Bop, 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 boop.
Bop?
A bop. Like
A bop.
that girl is a bop.
So it's a noun.
You can. Okay.
Is it only applicable
it's
to
descriptive.
females?
It can.
Does it
be
mean
used
she has a
for
boppable
men,
nose?
but it's mostly females.
Yeah.
A bop.
People use it for males too.
I have no
It
idea.
can be, but
It's basically it's just
Does it have something to do with
It
Mary,
sounds
Mary
like
Poppins?
it would be a good thing because it's cute
No,
words.
it's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing?
no.
What
Just
is it?
any girls that are online looking for attention and stuff and kind of
Is a bop.
is a bop.
You're being boppy?
I thought that was being
It is
a
call them a
pick-me.
bop. It's kind of like that's a little different. A bop is like
It's a somebody who gets around.
yeah.
is a
Gets
bop.
around
It's
where?
a bop.
Places.
I know thought.
Like they have it's the same thing as that.
Yeah.
A bop.
Okay.
You just used to say, oh.
Same thing.
A thought is an acronym.
Or like a hussy.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay.
Do you know what thought stands for?
that hoe over there.
Yep.
The only reason I know that is because I worked in the high school for a little bit as a school resource officer, and the kids explained that one to me. That's the only reason I get that.
Why did
Bop.
they explain
That's
that
the
to
new
the
one.
I
cop?
don't know.
I haven't heard thought in a very long time.
Is that dying out?
I think so. It's just bop now.
I guess that's good.
I thought it'd be something cute.
You said pick me. Do you know what pick me is?
yeah, pick me is a girl that like wants a lot of attention. So she's like,
Pick me.
yeah, a pick me is like,
Pick me,
like,
choose
like,
me, love
oh
me.
my gosh, I'm not like other girls. I'm just so quirky.
Exactly.
And then she wants guys to be like, I love her. She's so quirky. She's not like other girls.
I only hang out with guys because there's so much less drama.
Someone who like fishes
Yeah.
for
I just
compliments,
want
too.
to. I just want to watch football and not wear makeup. That's a pick me.
So
Yeah.
you're trying to be the
trying to be
ideal
quirky.
It's Taylor
girl.
Swift back
but
in the
they're
day.
not.
She wears short skirts
Exactly.
on the bleachers. She's a cheerleader.
We're gonna get dinged by YouTube now. We're gonna get dinged.
Luckily, those aren't the lyrics.
Copyright.
so-
Demonetized.
Yeah, well, I don't even think I sang that correctly, and they would never recognize
Yeah.
any kind of melody coming
Pick
from
me. I actually like that one.
Pick me, pick me.
Pick me, choose me, love me. So now when girls are being,
Please.
when girls are acting like that online, their whole comment section says that. Let's see. Slaps.
Positive.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
no,
Wait, what?
not funny, just good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that slaps.
Yes.
I know that one.
It's like the same thing as
I feel like I'm
Is it because
dominating
you're like,
this.
like that? Because you slap
No.
your. No, that's not.
Long is
That's a
out
knee
of touch.
slapper.
But like,
That's a knee slapper, you whippersnapper.
touch grass. I feel like you guys should know this one.
Oh,
Touch
yeah,
grass
yeah.
is like
I know that from Brett
Ben
Cooper.
Shapiro.
Oh,
What?
Ben Shapiro says it.
Let
Do you
him
know what
say
it means though?
Yeah, it means like
It means go
get
outside.
Like get
Yeah.
off your screens and get
You just
outside.
spend
Yeah.
too much time
Okay,
on
you know
the
what?
internet.
I actually like that one.
It's
Yeah.
a good one.
That's a great
touch
one.
grass.
Like, yeah, get your butt outside. Get off your damn phone.
Like someone will say that if like you're really good at a video game, they'll be like,
Go touch grass.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, dude, you spent too much time doing this.
Yeah, like
Dude,
get
I
outside.
fully endorse that one. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than smoke grass.
Let's see.
That's what we used to say in our day and
Just say no.
age. Yeah.
Ohio.
Is a great state.
This is
Go Buckeyes.
Ohio.
This is the
Oregon.
epiphany of just like,
This is where it gets.
I
to,
thought that it
making
meant
no
nothing.
sense.
this is just brain rot at its finest.
Isn't that just a
Ohio.
word that people throw into a sentence, but it means nothing?
No.
Well, it means
So-
like something, but it
know
also
nothing.
means nothing.
Does anyone remember Florida Man memes?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, when everyone was like,
You don't
if
remember
someone did
Florida
something
Man?
weird,
No.
they take a picture of it and be like, Florida Man brings
Yeah, some
alligator on a roller
crazy
coaster.
story. Right.
Because Florida had a reputation online. It was like a joke that they're all crazy.
Right.
That's what Ohio is now. But Ohio is for people that are really cringy and weird.
Are they from Ohio?
Yeah. Does it stem from the state?
I don't know.
No, they're not actually.
No.
Just
It's
anytime
like-
anything super bizarre happens,
It doesn't have to be about a
people will
person.
say,
Is
"Oh, only
Ohio
in
a
Ohio."
strange place?
I don't know.
I feel like they missed the mark on that. They should have made it Idaho.
It's Ohio.
We got
there's-
way quirkier people out here.
Walmart just made a new back to school commercial that everyone's freaking out about because they tried to appeal to like 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, people Kira's age, the
they say
Gen
Ohio?
Ayers. Oh, yeah. So it's this little girl in pigtails. She's like 12. She gets on the bus
Oh, I've seen that.
and she's saying stuff and the bus driver doesn't understand, or the mom or someone. She's all explaining it to him. And she's like, you are so skippity Riz, Ohio, minus 100 aura points. And she's like, what? And then she uses Ohio in it like 3 times. I
What
wanna
company
say,
was this? Walmart?
Walmart.
So
We should
Ohio
all
just means you're weird.
Boycott Walmart.
I guess. Like, I don't really
Yeah,
know.
why are they, if it's back to school, why are they contributing to the brain rot of society? Shouldn't we be like,
gotta
hey,
see
kids,
it.
go study literature and American history
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
and the actual Roman Empire
She like
Hillsdale College.
at Hillsdale College?
she like informs the bus driver about what the words mean so she can use them with the students.
So
But
she wants a
she-
bus driver to dumb herself down.
They're
To
encouraging
dumb down the kids.
the teachers and bus drivers to like know how to use these words.
Don't do that.
And they're like, oh, it helps you communicate with your students.
No.
Shouldn't we be teaching children actual vocabulary?
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. You have to see that ad. It's
We used to
so
have to
weird.
study Greek and Latin so we understood root words.
Awkward.
Only in Ohio.
That's so skippity. Melissa.
minus 100 or.
I have so much Riz. That one really slapped.
Wow. Wow. No longer cool.
Minus 10,000 aura.
Negative infinity aura points. So
You can't
say-
have infinite-
No, that's what people say. If you do something, it's just like you can't come back from that.
Again, I want to apologize to everybody out there for this conversation.
I regret this. Okay.
Great.
Whose
And that's
idea
on
was this?
period.
What?
Oh, we're going to.
That's
we're
the
doing
end of the
period now?
sentence.
No.
Oh, on period like period time, like a drama.
That's on the spot.
No, like someone
That-
will say
that's-
something
that's
and then
pretty good.
someone will follow
That's
it up
close?
and like,
No.
and that's on period.
But it makes sense.
That's on point.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's just like facts, like end a statement. Like I meant what I just said.
Mic drop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing.
the
Someone
same
will say
thing.
something and be like, and that's on period.
We shouldn't be using slang to explain slang. I feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but mic drop at least makes sense because people would say something and then they'd be like,
Same thing.
But
It's
saying-
exactly the same as mic
saying
drop.
But that
period
actually made sense.
Is just a verbal way of dropping a mic.
Someone's saying mic drop.
but why wouldn't you just say that's on point? That's what we used to say.
No, it's not the same thing.
Does that make
It
no
sounds the
sense?
same.
It's
You
the
say
same as
something
mic drop.
really cool and you say that's
so
on
is-
point.
that's on. Yeah, that's on point. That was very sharp.
Yeah.
Oh.
He made a good point.
But no, you're supposed to say it yourself once you're done speaking.
You're congratulating yourself by saying something that makes zero grammatical sense.
How about
Yeah, I'm cool.
base?
Base
Oh,
Base.
means you're
opposite of woke.
Yeah, basically. Like
You're
you're,
on it.
unapologetic and just
And
yeah,
you're
on it.
grounded. Based
Yeah.
means you're grounded in like
Kinda.
your
You know what you're
morals and
talking
your
about.
beliefs.
Yeah, but it basically just means more than anything like you're unapologetic in what you say and believe, and you're just like not afraid to be like,
It's like
nope,
woke.
it's this.
Woke is left and based is
Yeah.
more right. There's like it's like conservative values
Yeah.
versus liberal values.
I don't feel like that's like not the actual
I like
definition it
based.
started
I
with.
think that
but
that's a
how
cool-
it's taken now.
I'm liking it.
Wow. Fully endorsed by mom.
I like the whole based
be like-
thing.
You guys like based and touch grass.
I like based.
I do like touch grass.
and I like touch grass. So far, everything else has been really dumb.
There was another
Base.
one and their mom liked. I don't remember what it was.
Skippity.
It was not.
Ohio.
No,
It's
you guys
Idaho
really
now.
disliked Skibbity.
Yeah, because it doesn't mean anything.
About it's giving.
The holiday?
It's giving, not Thanksgiving.
It's giving.
Like it's giving me vibes. It's giving
Can be used that
me,
way, I guess.
It's
In a sentence.
Okay. That outfit, it's giving.
mom vibes. This is my mom vibe shirt.
You could also use it like that. You could be
Is
like,
it-
that outfit is giving mom vibes.
You can say what it's giving, or you can literally just say it's giving.
So
If
it can
it's
be
giving,
positive or
it's
negative.
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could say it's giving this and be descriptive about it. Like that outfit, it's giving this and this.
So like this outfit is giving dad vibes.
Yeah, that works.
With your we come in peace.
And
like,
then if
like
you-
how he showed up to the airport, like you were talking about all the dad stuff he was wearing at the airport. You could have said that outfit's giving dad vibes.
Okay.
But if you
Like-
just say that outfit is given, that means positive.
that's
It's a
positive.
compliment.
So if someone
Given.
walks in and they're
Yeah,
like
giving.
a really
Giving.
nice tux and you're like, ooh, that.
That's giving.
But wasn't there already one for that? That one ate and left no crumbs. So how do you know that one's giving and it ate and it left no crumbs?
Ohio.
No, that means it was weird. I was trying to compliment the outfit. Plus 100 aura points for the tux.
There
No,
you go.
hey,
There
so
you
far
go.
I'm doing better.
He's got ribs.
I feel like you are doing
I'm
better.
doing better than mom.
T. That one's easy.
Oh yeah, gossip.
Yeah, talking smack.
Spill the
Spill the
tea.
tea.
I told her that wasn't.
I learned that
slang.
from
That
one
is
of my
slang.
agents.
It's
He thinks
not
that's
slang.
just a word.
Tea. Give me the tea.
People have
No,
used
Give me
that.
the
that's,
gossip.
yeah, that's not
Tea.
new. That's old.
That is slang though.
But it comes from people sitting around on their front porch and drinking tea and gossiping.
Yeah, I think of like
Like the
down
Southern
south.
women,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
Drinking sun tea and gossiping.
Spill the tea.
That's like chew the fat.
Yeah. Same
Chew
thing.
the fat.
Spill the,
Yeah.
spill
They,
the beans.
like guys
like
would say, oh,
talk
I'm going to go
story.
chew the fat
Yeah. When
That's
you talk
weird.
story
with my
somebody.
friend.
We should do a Hawaii song.
Sounds disgusting.
I know. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I don't like animal fat.
Here, I think we have one more.
Un mas.
We have one more.
Hit me.
Sigma. We kind of already went over
Oh.
this.
Sigma is,
See, Sigma is very specific.
yeah, Sigma is like a Batman.
Exactly.
That's
No.
perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, Sigma's
Explain.
Batman.
Explain.
It's
So-
it's not an alpha man in that he wants to be around people and be a leader. It's that he's like an alpha, but he's like a lone wolf. He's quiet. He's sure in himself, but he's
So it's a positive thing.
It's like Batman's a Sigma
kinda.
and Superman's a Chad.
So a Chad is an alpha male, but your stereotypical alpha male.
yeah,
A
like
Sigma
like you
is
wanna be a
someone who's
leader.
like they've been through something dark or something, and they're just very like they're deep.
Am I a Sigma?
They want to be by themselves.
yeah,
Am I Sigma?
yeah, you're Sigma.
That's right.
You're Batman.
I'm Batman.
Batman.
I feel like you're a little too goofy to be a Sigma though.
What?
Yeah. Like when you're
So
serious,
Sigmas
you're
have to be
Sigma,
dry.
but, like,
Sigmas are just very serious and deep.
when is Batman goofy? Besides
Yeah,
the
Batman's
Lego
kind of a
Batman.
downer. I don't understand why
Exactly.
anyone likes
No,
Batman.
like take a Captain America or an Iron Man or something. Those superheroes are Chads. You know, they can be goofy, they can be funny.
Yeah,
Batman
like Spider-Man.
is a Sigma.
Yeah, no one knows him.
No,
You know what I
Spider-Man's
mean?
not a Chad.
No,
I'm
like you
Ant-Man.
can't. You don't know what's going on inside.
He lives in a cave.
Ant-Man.
He lives in a mansion.
You're Ant-Man.
on-
That's me.
yeah,
Tiny.
you're more
I,
Ant-Man's
I
on a
fit in tight
Sigma.
spaces. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, this has been educational.
Wow.
You're welcome.
I feel like I learned nothing. I feel like you guys should stop using these words.
I'll
And
use
that
a
we
couple
should
of 'em.
start using real words. And if Jen A is using Ohio and Skippity, they should stop using those words immediately. And
Actually-
You sound like Forrest Gump when you say Gen A.
Jen A. Jen A. You're my Jen A.
Done I.
You've
No,
always been my Jen
It's
A.
concerning. I see groups.
It's bad.
I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I feel a little old because all the middle schoolers now are technically a different generation than I am. And they're saying things I don't understand in the store. And I hear it. I'm like, what did you say?
Which video of yours was it where you were at Safeway and you ran into that group of kids?
That was different. They were using things I understood.
Was it the
Well, some of them.
was it the wagon?
Yes.
You stayed in the
I was-
wagon camper thing.
I was walking around the store dressed as a pioneer woman, bonnet and everything. And this group of like 10-year-old kids came up and they're like, well, yo, your outfit is fire. I was like,
It's fire.
fire, thank you.
Somebody
They're like,
get an extinguisher.
yeah, no cap, on God, fire, slaying.
What's
Ohio.
no cap? That means you're not lying.
Lying.
Yeah.
Explain that one.
Cap and no cap. If someone says something, you go cap. That means like I'm calling your bluff. Like you're lying.
Why didn't you
If
just
someone
say
says something and says no cap, that means like I'm not lying. I'm
On
serious.
God.
On God.
We used to say calling your bluff.
Same
You
thing.
say like stop the cap.
Yeah, like stop lying.
Stop. What is cap? I
Lying.
understand it's, but why?
I don't know.
I don't know actually.
So if someone says something and then they say this no cap, it means like I'm not lying.
Do you speak like this with your guy friends?
No. Cap. No one says cap. That was like 2 years ago.
Dude, that's
my
cap.
God.
That's so 2 years ago.
That's cap.
I was so 2022.
You just say cap. You don't say that's cap.
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 All right.
Like a baseball cap.
My brain hurts.
No. What else is going on in life, children?
Yeah, anything
Let's finish
intelligent?
this. Yeah, let's finish this off with something a little more upbeat and
A little more.
intelligent, shall we?
I've been playing a lot of chess.
Yeah,
There we go.
you have. Why do you like to play chess by yourself?
I don't know. Because no one else knows how to play the game.
Because I'm undefeated. Keeps me
because
undefeated.
now you've gotten so good at it that we can't play you. I tried playing you and the game took like 20 seconds and you're all like, I think I moved 2 people and you're all check.
2 people.
Yeah. I was like,
That's
check.
a scholar's mate.
I would just like to say though, I didn't know how to play and I asked him to teach me. And he
She-
taught me and I beat him the
She
first
didn't
time.
beat me.
I did.
She took my queen off the board. And then she says she beat me.
How is you have like you had no more moves? How
Oh,
does that mean I
that-
didn't win?
Oh, that time.
No, that is the time she took my queen off the board. So she stalemated me, which is where
That should mean I win.
my king's not in danger, but I have no legal moves on the board. So it's a draw.
In checkers, that'd mean I'd win.
Ohio.
Skippity.
No cap.
Stop.
Negative 10,000 aura.
Negative
for you.
10,000 aura for him.
No cap.
L.
On God.
Riz.
Take the L.
Take that Riz.
Take the what?
Riz it up.
Bop. Oh, wait, that was a bad one.
He is risen. Right? No?
You taking that from the Jesus shirt? There was a shirt with Jesus on it, and he had a real Chad looking face, and it said he is risen. Risen.
Brilliant.
He is
Is that an actual shirt?
Yeah.
I need that.
I feel like it was
It's
kind of
Jesus
fantastic.
like going like this, and
But he looks like so amazing. He's all grand. There's like light coming out of him.
I
but he
kind of
just-
feel like Jesus would think that was funny.
he would think that was funny, I think.
Seems like he had a good sense of humor.
Complimentary.
Jesus from The Chosen has a good sense of humor, so I want to say like he's like I love that meme of Jonathan going like with this. Yes, it's like every time I do something good, this is what I picture. He's like,
No, it's like every time I don't throat punch somebody who just said something mean to me.
yeah,
Right?
such a great one.
All right, kids, this has been fun. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for
educating Mom and I.
educating us.
Oh, yeah. You have a whole new vocabulary to use here on the podcast.
I'm so excited. I'm sure people are going to like that no cap.
On God.
Ohio. Listen, I want to take a quick moment to thank Delete Me for sponsoring today's episode. You know those random phishing calls and emails that we all get? Not only are they very annoying, but they're also a sign that your personal information is probably being sold online, which puts you at a higher risk for things like scammers and even worse, identity theft.
Yeah, when we first signed up for Delete Me last summer, they found hundreds of listings with our private data. On the very first month, they found Jeremy and I's private information in over 300 places. But on last month's report, they only found 5 listings, which is a massive improvement. And then their privacy experts took it from there, making sure that those listings were removed as well. The cool thing about Delete Me is that they are always continually scanning the web to make sure that our data doesn't pop up again.
Yeah, so we learned that there are these things called data brokers out there that collect huge amounts of your personal identifiable information from public websites, government sites, even your own social media. They look for items like your social security number, your birthday, your past addresses, even your family members. They then package it all up to create a profile on you, license it, and sell it to other companies, other data brokers, and sadly, even scammers.
So we signed up for the family plan because that allows us to protect every member of the family under one convenient plan, which is particularly important for elderly family members because so sadly, they become the target of some of these scammers.
To give Delete Me a try and take the first steps toward protecting your personal information online, just click the link below or go to joindeleteme.com/GSL and use our code GSL to get 20% off all consumer plans. Well, coming off of that very enlightening conversation there with the kids, let's jump back into something that is very, very serious, and that's the issue of Christians and voting.
Yeah.
As well as the influence of faith on government and policy, I guess you would say. Quite the transition out of Skippity, Ohio.
I know. I literally don't know if we got smarter or
No, it was dumber.
yeah,
100% dumber.
Dumber, right? So, yeah, that was pretty funny. Our kids have been bringing up all these terms, and we're like, we have to see if we can guess some of these, and if like other people can guess some of these because they are so ridiculous. But there has been slang through the generations. I mean, the 50s had their own slang, the 60s and 70s for sure, and then like we had weird stuff we said in the 80s and 90s too.
Absolutely. No, fun times.
Yeah, it's just fun. So a theme that we noticed last week coming off some political kind of drama around our page and everything was from some of our Christian followers were not upset with us. Some of them were upset with us, but some of them were just kind of pleading with us like, please, guys, do not get involved in politics. As Christians, you shouldn't, or I thought you guys were good Christians, so why is it that you're discussing these things? Why do you care about these things? Why are you troubling yourself? God's going to fix everything. You don't need to worry about it. I had one person write me who's a Jehovah's Witness and said, we're not allowed basically to get involved in politics. God's government is going to fix our government in his time, so you don't need to concern yourself with it. And I think that there are a lot of Christians and people of different faiths that truly believe that it is not the Christian's place to insert themselves into anything political at all.
For sure. Yeah, which is unfortunate. I mean, it's my own personal take and belief on that. I think that goes for the both of us. 40 million American Christians do not vote, which I find to be an absolutely astounding statistic. Quite a frustrating one, if again, from my perspective. But we had the opportunity earlier this week, as reference, to speak with Scott Baio and David A.R. White. Mm-hmm. They are both stars of the upcoming movie, God Is Not Dead and God We Trust. Like we mentioned, great movie. We got the opportunity to screen it early. We had an early release opportunity, so we watched it. We watched the entire series. This is the 5th one in that series. Mm-hmm. Love the message attached to it, and it deals specifically with exactly what it is that we're talking about here, the fact that Christians really don't seem to involve themselves when it comes to anything political. So
yeah, and a lot of them really do feel like it's a bad thing or it's like a dirty thing, and the politics are broken in so many ways. There is a lot of lying and a lot of scheming and a lot of conniving. It does tend to attract shady figures sometimes and then put them in leadership roles. But I think as people who are concerned about our families and our schools and our communities, if you look around and you don't like what you're seeing, then you have to do something to change it, because if you're quiet and you're complacent and you're polite, things will continue to degrade. And I mean, even the Bible talks about how God became angered with the people for who they put into leadership. So that tells me that it is our job as human beings to put people in or to remove people from office based on our civil duty, our ability to vote, and we need to get out there and have our voices heard.
Yeah, that's regardless of your political affiliations and who it is that you would vote for. We're not trying to encourage you to go one way or the other. I just think you should have an involvement in the process.
Yeah, no matter what it is. Like if you don't like something, you have to go out there and have your voice heard. But a lot of people believe that their voices aren't going to be heard. Their vote doesn't matter. But when you have 2 out of every 5 Christians don't vote, those are actually massive numbers. And those kind of numbers do matter.
Yeah, so we really enjoyed having the opportunity to speak with Scott Baio and David A.R. White. It was a little surreal to have the opportunity to speak with them. Really funny guys, really humble, down to earth. We really enjoyed the conversation, and we hope you enjoy watching and listening. Mr. David A.R. White, Mr. Scott Baio, so nice to meet the both of you, virtually at least. It's an honor.
Likewise. Are we getting banjo in this?
That's our daughter's. We don't actually play. That's all hers.
Oh, okay.
We have a very musical daughter. Well, it's such a pleasure to meet you guys. We're such huge fans of the entire God's Not Dead franchise. We watch it with our family, and we've had so many great discussions because each film has such a strong message, and we're able to sit down with our 4 children and discuss challenges that they're going to come across in their life.
Wow. That's what ages are they? It's a spread there.
18, 14, 12, and 10. 9, excuse me, nearly 10 though.
Yeah.
That's cool. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so how did you feel when you saw this one? Have you seen this one yet?
We did. We had an early screening of it. We got to have a family movie night. The kids were very excited. They always feel very special when they get to see something before it comes out in theaters. So
Nice.
I feel like they're getting a VIP pass to that. It was excellent. It was so good. And I loved, at the very end of the film, the text came up saying 40 million American Christians do not vote. 25 million are registered, 15 million are not even registered. And that sat so heavy with us because we are realizing that there's such a massive divide with Christians and politics.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's really what the movie, the heart of it was about, is so many Christians don't want to get involved in politics. And of course I bring back Reverend David, who once again doesn't really want to be involved. Yet he feels like God is calling him one more time to step out of his comfort zone, because I think God causes us to do that often, to do things that are uncomfortable. And obviously it needs to be done. It's not like anybody else is going to take care of it. It's like he called you, Reverend Dave, for the specific purpose. And then there's like people like Scott Baio who are in the way.
Such a good bad guy. Yeah. That was so amazing. Do you want to give us, before we really dive into this, do you want to give us just a what the film is about for our audience, what they can expect when they go see this film?
Well, I play this Reverend Dave again, who is the incumbent dies. There's about 4 weeks before the election, and the arch nemesis is the guy that he's running against is basically wants to stamp God out of culture and country, and he answers the call to become involved and to run. And so it's definitely like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's the underdog story. And so we hope everybody likes it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Yeah, we're really hoping our audience gets up there and sees this film because it is so important right now.
Was there something specific that inspired this movie and the message attached to it? We read up on you and saw that your father was a pastor. Is any part of your character based on your own personal life experience?
My dad was a Mennonite pastor, and I did everything I could to not be in the ministry because my whole family had gone into ministry, my brother and my sister, and so, but here I am in the Christian film industry playing a pastor. So I definitely, could pull from that, and I think that's in part. I hope I brought in some of my dad's stuff. Scott Baio as a bad guy, though. I don't know if he worked really hard on his character.
Was that a stretch?
No, Dave has the line. And people say, "How did you get up playing a creep?" And Dave says, "Well, he woke up in the morning and went to work." It's a good joke. It's a great joke.
You're very, very convincing.
Well, thank you. I got to work with Ray Wise, who's a wonderful actor and a good human. And it was just, look, Dave offered me the role, and I thought it was really well-written script. And when something is well-written, it's pretty easy to play a creep or whatever it is you're playing. And I got to spend time in North and South Carolina. And we had a ball. Great company, great people. And I just, I hope people go and see the movie. And I hope people get the dang message to get out and vote.
Yeah, it's so important right now. We are just a couple of months away from a very, very important election. And there is such a massive amount of pressure for Christians or people that are supposed to be soft and polite and soft-spoken and loving to kind of shut up and be complacent right now. Us as content creators are told every single day, we thought you were Christians. Why are you muddying yourself in politics? Now that we started this podcast, we're getting a lot of criticism from our Christian crowd saying, this is not what I expected to see from you guys. So why do you think there's such a deep divide between Christians and politics? And why are Christians kind of expected to stay out of the muddy waters of politics?
Dave has the answer for this. He does. No, seriously. It is interesting.
why in the world I mean, I feel like the movie kind of touches on this a lot, which is Christians don't want to be involved, right? We sit on the sidelines, we're armchair quarterbacks, it's easy to throw stones at people from a sideline and say, oh, I wish they would have done it differently. And there's a line in the movie that talks about you guys thought you were angry when they eliminated prayer in school. Imagine how you're going to feel when they start eliminating God more and more from our country and our culture. From in God we trust is on our money. From when they start taking that off, when they start, I mean, there's so many different levels of our freedom already, infringements that have been happening to us, and if we don't do anything, if we don't step up, if that 40 million people stand on the sideline and go throw up their hands and don't get involved, then more and more is going to keep happening to our country. And I think that's it's one of the messages of the movie. But hopefully it's told in an encouraging way, from an underdog story that we can all become, all root for. But at the same token, I think that's the core message of it.
And
Agreed. Yeah, it's a great message.
Just add to that, if I may, and I'd like to talk to the people that tell you that don't want you talking politics. Unfortunately, politics is in everything now. It's in every aspect of. You can't watch a football game. You got to worry about your kids in school. It's in every facet of life. And so if you don't like it, what are you going to do about it? So you're just going to sit back and eat it and keep eating it? Or you're going to get up and finally put a stop to it? And like Dave says, if you're comfortable, then fine. But if you're getting upset about certain things, then get upset about it and go and vote and try to make a change, because if you don't, you're going to get steamrolled and your country's not going to be recognizable.
Agreed. If you stand for nothing, you will fall victim to everything.
Right.
And there is a massive, very frustrating historical reluctance there with Christians and involving themselves in politics. Do you think that pendulum has begun to swing back in the other direction? And do you think and truly believe that the individual voter, citizen of this country, has the ability to combat the efforts being made to instill this separation between God and country?
Scott, you want to answer?
Well, I certainly hope so. I don't know how much further it can swing until it starts coming back. I mean, if it swings and just breaks off the chain, then what do you do? Then we're in Venezuela, and
agreed.
And then we're just a third world country, and that's right now. It's where we're heading. And I whatever your issue is, you think politics is a dirty game? Fine, fix it. Vote for people that are not dirty. It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
It is.
Agreed.
Hopefully this movie.
Frustrating.
Hopefully this movie will help.
Yeah, I think that it like after we were done watching it and the credits rolled, we felt really inspired and we felt really optimistic. And I love that there's a feeling of optimism at the end of every single God's Not Dead film. They tackle a really heavy social issue, but then you leave feeling like, yes, there's hope. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. And this film was no different. So I do hope that people get out there and watch it, because you leave feeling like, yes, we can make a difference, whether it's through volunteering in our community service, using our social platforms to encourage people to get out there and have their voices heard, because there is power in numbers. There is strength in numbers. When you see other people that you like or look up to standing up and saying, no, this is not okay, and they're brave despite the persecution, it gives you inspiration to do the same.
Now, are you referring to like Beyonce when she didn't show up for the DNC?
So inspiring.
So inspiring.
That's so funny. Yeah.
We just hope that people will go on September 12th to the theaters to check it out. And I agree with you. I mean, I was on stage when David was giving that speech at the end. I was in the wings watching it because that was part of the scene. And it was emotional being there, even though he had to do it, time and time again because of different camera angles and stuff like that. But it's an incredibly emotional speech. And I wish he'd performed it better, but you can't have everything in the entertainment business.
I do too. I wish I had to.
I'm sorry. It's my humor. I love David. I've told him a million times. He made me cry in the scene where he's sitting on the floor with Samira. Made me cry. The speech at the end is fantastic. Dave,
we've done a few of these interviews.
I couldn't resist.
We've done a few of these interviews, and this is what happens. And Scott and I were just in Nashville doing all these interviews. Doing the rolling morning shows. Yeah.
Anyway,
Who invited these guys?
It is truly the speech at the end really is fantastic. I was just making sure.
It is with all of the movies. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very impactful and very inspiring, like we mentioned.
And
Scott,
also,
for you,
yes, go.
go ahead. For you, in your prior roles with, say, Happy Days and all of that, this is I get the sense and feeling that this is different because this is something that you come across as being very genuinely passionate about. Is it refreshing for you to take on roles like this for that reason?
It's important that I take on roles like this. Refreshing to work with good people is always refreshing, but it's important for me to take on roles like this for one reason. It's my daughter. And I want her to grow up in a country that I grew up in. A country that is God-fearing, powerful, prosperous, and safe. And right now, we're none of those things. So I could have very easily just sat on the beach or played golf and done nothing. But thankfully, David came to me with the script and said, "Do you want to do this?" I'm like, "Absolutely." So I everything that I do for my child.
Yeah,
I love it.
Except
There's
clean the
interesting.
room. Sorry.
It's interesting about except clean a room. He said that, but for the record, everybody, Scott Baio does not clean his daughter's room.
I actually do sometimes, but that's a whole other.
sometimes you have to. You just have to go in there and gut it.
Thank you.
I think it's interesting because you have this whole idea of separation of church and state, right? This has been a thing that's been going on for many, many years. And it's almost like in this, it was like a separation between Christians and politics, right? Where does that separation happen? Should Christians even be involved in the political nature, right? Well, we don't want to be involved in politics because it's a dirty business. But it's kind of like taking out the trash, right? Who likes taking out the trash? Nobody. But if you don't take it out, it begins to stink. And more, we're seeing our country these freedoms being chipped away in ways that, as Scott said, we never would have imagined that the way that our country that we grew up in, and we're not like that old, but our country is different. For our kids, we don't want to see it being stripped away as it appears to be going right now. And then that opens up this other idea that's very interesting about the idea of, well, should you bring politics into film, right? So you got the church and state separation, you got the Christians and politics, but what about just politics and film? Where does that go in the process of it, It's not our venture. Like, we didn't set out to, hey, let's go make a political movie because we love politics and we love talking about things that really piss people off. Pick a side. It doesn't even matter because half the time our audience is upset. If I dress my daughters up for Halloween, I get a lot of pushback for all kinds of things. But the last thing that I really wanted to do was make a political movie, and then I could see what happened to Scott Baio when he stepped out into politics. I didn't want to do that. I'm already out there as a Christian. On top of it, I got to step into the political realm. But if we don't do it, then who will? And I think that's really the core of this movie is about, and that's the heart of it, is that if we don't step out of our comfort zone and into an arena that we feel is important right now, who does that?
Right. Yeah. Well, in your book, Between Heaven and Hollywood, you talk about being the son of a Mennonite pastor. Here in North Idaho, very large majority of our population is Mennonite, and they don't want to be on film, and they don't use social media, and there's all these strict rules. So what did your family think of you making films and becoming part of Hollywood? Like, was that hard
Wow.
for them? You
That's interesting.
Sorry,
I've heard of that. There's a large Mennonite population there. Yeah, I don't really, quite adhere to all the beliefs, maybe is the way to say it, that I grew up in with the whole Mennonite culture. I do not wear a large hat. I don't wear overalls, and I do have a television, and electricity. But yeah, to my parents, it was a weird thing. They didn't want me to go into Hollywood and turn out like Scott Baio from the early years. They were like, wait a second. Hollywood's an evil place. We don't want you going over there being like that guy. Sorry, Scott, I just had to return that favor to you.
I said touche. Great.
But my parents said something at when I was leaving Bible school to come to Hollywood. Is they said, David, as long as you serve the Lord in whatever you do, we support you. And this isn't, this is a movie. There's no doubt about it. It's a movie about broken people, as we are all broken people. And that's, where faith comes in and where Christ comes in, is that it is by grace are we saved. That's it, by grace. And so by grace, I'm able to be in this wonderful world that we live in here, and making movies and even working with people like the likes of Scott Baio. There's a wink at you, Scott.
Beautiful. Well, it's a beautiful message. It's a great film. We so appreciate both of your time. God's Not Dead, In God We Trust comes out on September 12th, correct?
That is correct, yeah. And please go out to the theaters and fill up a whole row. Get involved. If you don't see the movie and cast your vote, then it doesn't send a very big message.
Right. Yeah. I love the message of getting Christians out there to vote. That is so vital. I did not realize that the numbers were 40 million Christians. That's massive numbers. And I think if you look around and you don't like what you're seeing in your children's schools, you don't like what you're seeing in universities. There's so many Christians encouraging their children not to go to university now, not to further their education because of fear of persecution or losing their faith when they go. If you look around and you don't like what you're seeing, you have to get out there and make your voice heard. And I also encourage all families, not that this film is not a standalone, it's 100% a standalone film, but I encourage families to sit down and watch the first 4 films, because it is a beautiful ongoing story of the life of Pastor Dave, which really needs a wife at some point in one of these films. We just keep waiting for you to marry poor Pastor Dave to some lovely woman. But the films are so powerful and they're so family friendly, and they tackle tough issues while still keeping them very appropriate for all ages, very entertaining. This film was, I might say, the best one yet. So I really encourage our audience and everybody to get out and see it.
That was because Scott Baio was in it.
Yeah, I think so.
Now we're even.
So.
Okay, now I feel better. Thanks.
Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you for what it is that you do, what it is you speak on and stand up for. We really genuinely appreciate it. It's been an honor to meet both of you virtually here. Hopefully we can do it in person one day.
Appreciate that.
Likewise.
All right. So remember, guys, September 12th, God's Not Dead, In God We Trust comes out in theaters. You guys are going to love it. So definitely go out and see it with your family. I know we're going to go check it out for a second time.
Yeah, it was really great. Kind of like Melissa said, highly encourage you to go check it out for yourself. We enjoyed it tremendously. We're going to wind this hodgepodge of an episode down. So grateful to you guys for being here, watching and listening once again. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you next week here on The World Soul.